Basic appraisal procedures, page 138. Appraising residential properties for other purposes. Although maybe not as common, appraisers perform residential appraisals for many purposes other than mortgage transactions. We will briefly discuss some here, along with special considerations for each. Estates and probate. In most cases, when appraising a property to determine its value for an estate or probate purpose, the appraisal is performed with a retrospective effective date. The effective date is usually the date the owner of the property died. The appraisal should reflect market and property conditions as of that date. Some tax appraisals and assignments for litigation may also use the same methodology. Relocation. Relocation appraisals occur when the property owner is being hired by or transferred to an out-of-town destination. The employer typically hires a relocation company to assume the property to some extent. In most cases, the relocation company will advance the owner's equity to the owner, pay off the owner's mortgage, and assume all costs of maintaining and marketing the property. Because the relocation company is basing the owner's equity advance on the appraiser's value opinion, it is critical that the appraiser be thorough. In addition, the holding period during which the relocation company is paying the bills for maintaining the property is also an important concern. Because of the critical nature of the appraiser's role in relocation transactions, there is often more than one appraiser engaged for each property. Real estate agents may also be engaged by the relocation company to perform a broker's pricing opinion, BPO. The BPO is very similar to the function of the appraiser, except for the process may be focused more on the marketability of the property. Do not confuse a BPO with a competitive market analysis, CMA, which is also performed by real estate agents. The purpose of a CMA is to determine a recommended listing price based on recent sales and listing data. Neither a BPO nor a CMA is considered an appraisal. One of the reasons relocation companies consult with both appraisers and real estate agents is to determine marketability. Marketability is the resulting time on the market are important to how long the relocation company. Extra notes. They take like 4 hours for $100. It's crazy. BPOs are a pain in the ass. Don't make sense. Realtor were charged $60, but the smart ones hunted the listings. Page 139. Must hold the property. Because of this, the relocation appraisal has a few major differences from other appraisals, in that the appraiser will analyze and report current competitive listings. Also, the appraiser often makes suggestions for aesthetic changes, such as carpeting, color schemes, etc., that should be done to enhance marketability. Appraisers are usually asked in relocation assignments to base their market value opinion on a specified period. For example, 90 days or less. If the appraiser notes competitive properties are requiring longer than 90-day specified period to sell, the appraiser must apply a forecasting adjustment. Forecasting adjustments are applied to address how much less the property will eventually sell for if positioned to sell in a less than typical period. This could represent a liquidation value or another definition of market value. There is significant additional competence required when performing a relocation appraisal, and you need to be aware of the expertise needed. When performing an appraisal for relocation, appraisers follow the standards and appraisal forms developed by the Employee Relocation Council, ERC, formed in 1964. The ERC is a professional membership association of organizations concerned with domestic and international employee transfer. They provide research and statistical support for their members and early on adopted USPAP into their standards. Insurance. Appraisers are often asked to perform an appraisal for insurance purposes, either to establish the amount of coverage that should be carried on the improvements or to settle damage claims. Determining the amount of coverage that should be carried relies on the cost approach. In most cases, replacement cost is used. For damage claims, the appraiser may be using a retrospective effective date, the date of damage or destruction, and if the property is destroyed, relying on elements other than a physical inspection to identify the improvements. In neither case will the appraiser be considering the site value in the value opinion. Appraisal review. Appraisal review is the act of looking at the quality of another appraiser's work. A review appraiser may be engaged to review all of a report, a portion of a report, a work file, or a combination of these. However, a review by itself does not offer comment by the reviewer on the original appraiser's value conclusion.